Your team is sucking donkey balls. Big old hairy donkey balls. Bouncing, bouncing donkey balls. Your coach is a clown. Your team is sucking donkey balls. Big old hairy donkey balls. While I'm out here stacking paper on my grind, breaking walls, flexing with my crew. Yeah, we never take a fall. Thug life, living right while you bitches just stall. I'm the king of the block. Got my hustle on lock. You be chasing all that hype, but your game's a cheap knot. My hustle's on the rise, your dream's looking like a flop. Talking big, you just a little fish the shark's about to chop. Your team is sucked. Yeah, they ain't got no balls while I'm out here falling, breaking down your walls. Big old hairy donkey balls, you know I stand tall. Talking tough, but you're soft like a kitten in the halls. In the streets I roam deep, got my pride like a beast. You a feast for my rhymes, I'm a savage, not the least. Rolling with my nig, and we feast like a feast. I'm the lion in the jungle while you're just a little niece. You want the smoke, step to me, I'll put you on blast. Your whole squad's looking weak, like a joke, not a cast. I'm the real deal, baby, you just stuck in the past. While I'm flexing on the daily, always moving so fast. Your team is sucked. Yeah, they ain't got no balls while I'm out here falling, breaking down your walls. Big old hairy donkey balls, you know I stand tall. Talking tough, but you're soft like a kitten in the halls. Ain't no game that you can play when I'm spitting this heat. I'm the one who runs the street, you just follow my feet. Confidence on blast, you can't handle my fleet. While you sucking donkey balls, I'm the king of this beat.
Ain't that complicated? I'm sipping the wine, riding this train to glory. Got my cash on my mind, all the way to hell and back. We don't play, we attack. Fuck 'em all, your team sucks balls. Stay out of my track. Ain't nobody dissing me and walking away unscathed. Smacking off the podcast, we ain't afraid. Rolling in these streets like a king, reaching for the paper until the final bell rings. Up in ya, where the hustle never sleeps. Bitches talking still, but they ain't too deep. We riding that glory, train full of fire. Light away, motherfucker, we're going higher. We're going higher. We're going higher. Our street life too fast, no time for regrets. Dodging all the hate, no time for your threats. I'm clocking my mileage, trunk full of ambition. Every bar I spit, man, it's a street composition. Run the blocks like a boss, never take a loss. All these fuckers in my rear view paying the cost with me, crew. Yeah, we ride or we die. Got the city on my back, watch the haters comply. Up in ya, where the hustle never sleeps. Bitches talking still, but they ain't too deep. We riding that glory, train full of fire. Right away, motherfucker, we're going higher. We're going higher. We're going higher. We ain't slipping. Hell no, we ain't. Every step I'm pimping. Hell yeah, we say we creep. Podcast spitting fire while these poles are just glare. We the lions of this jungle, so you better beware. So you better beware. Like a goddamn movie, I'm the star of the show. I'm full of ambition, let my true colors glow. I'm gripping on the path and I'm killing the scene. Ain't no stopping this train, just follow the dream. Fuck 'em all, I'm the realest, see the truth in my eyes. While you motherfuckers fumble, I'm the one that will rise. So bring your best game, but I'm calling you bluff. Cause when it's all said and done, man, you ain't that motherfucker. Up in ya, where the hustle never sleeps. Bitches talking still, but they ain't too deep. We riding that glory, train full of fire. Get away, motherfucker, we're going higher. We're going higher. We're going higher.
Everybody wants to scratch an itch, but nobody ever wants to feel this wrath. Does anybody want a bag of rich in the cold moonlight? Everybody wants to smack a ditch. Life's a twisted plot, call it a glitch. Time to flex, no more being rich. Stitches acting funny, man, they switch. Streets are cold, gotta stay thug. People playing games, they pulling a rug. Talking big, but they just above. Ballin' hard while they tryna plug. Smack a niche, reality's a bitch. Life's a dirty game, scratching that itch. Every day grind like we in a pitch. You either rise up, or you end up in a ditch. Haters hating hard, but I'm on my grind. Stacking paper while they fallin' behind. Got my crew tight, we ain't never blind. Flexing on the haters, we a different kind. Spit 5 frames, yeah, we in the booth. All these fake thugs just hide the truth. Chillin' with the real, we ain't got no sleuth. Keep your head high, show 'em what's the proof. Smacking off the podcast, coming at you from the downside. You want a ride or do you running high? Smack a niche, reality's a bitch. Life's a dirty game, scratching that itch. Every day grind like we in a pitch. You either rise up, or you end up in a ditch. Smack a niche, reality's a bitch. Life's a dirty game, scratching that itch. Every day grind like we in a pitch. You either rise up, or you end up in a ditch. Haters hating hard, but I'm on my grind. Stacking paper while they fallin' behind. Got my crew tight, we ain't never blind. Flexing on the haters, we a different kind. Spit 5 frames, yeah, we in the booth. All these fake thugs just hide the truth. Chillin' with the real, we ain't got no sleuth. Keep your head
Snacking off the podcast is preparing for you. Or are they getting high? When will this podcast start? You probably know more than I. Smacking off the podcast is preparing for you. Or are they getting high? When will this podcast start? You probably know more than I. Snacking off the podcast is preparing for you. Or are they getting high? When will this podcast start? You probably know more than I.
Your team is sucking donkey balls, big old hairy donkey balls. Bouncing, bouncing, donkey balls. Your coach is a clown. Your team is sucking donkey balls, big old hairy donkey balls. Bouncing, bouncing, donkey balls. Your coach is a clown. Team is sucking donkey balls, big old hairy donkey balls. Bounce it, donkey balls. Your coach is a clown. Your team is sucking donkey balls, big old hairy donkey balls. Bounce it, donkey balls. Donkey balls. Your coach is a clown. Your coach is a clown. rocky road they roam, big and bold like they've got a goal. Bouncing high, then low, then gone. Where'd they go? Oh, hang on. Donkey balls bounce, they don't play fair. Up in the trees, now they're in the air. Scaring the kids, spooking the crows. Where they'll land, nobody knows. One hit the barn, made the rooster squawk. Another hit a car, set off the alarm clock. They've got no chill, they've got no shame. Each bounce louder than a hurricane. Round and wild, they own the night. Gravity's got no dog in this fight. Spin and tumble, a rebel's creed. They don't stop, they just proceed. Donkey balls bounce, they don't play fair. Up in the trees, now they're in the air. Scaring the kids, spooking the crows. Where they'll land, nobody knows. So if you see them rolling by, better duck or at least say hi. Donkey balls bouncing, causing a scene. The wildest show you've ever seen.
Sucky Sucky was the headline when your team got squashed. The other coach laughed and said your team sucks balls. They fucked you hard up and down the field, made you look like monkeys fucking a hole on the hill. Those donkey balls are bouncing on your chin again. You'll probably lose your job before the weekend ends. Hey, 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 I know it might sound gay, but your team sucks donkey balls again today. Sucky, sucky, sucky was the headline when your team got squashed. The other coach laughed and said your team sucks balls. They fucked you hard up and down the field, made you look like monkeys fucking a hole on the hill. Those donkey balls are bouncing on your chin again. You'll probably lose your job before the weekend ends. Hey, 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 I know it might sound gay, but your team sucks donkey balls again today.
Those donkey balls are bouncing all around. Bounce up, bounce up. Those donkey balls. Those donkey balls are bouncing all around. Those donkey balls are bouncing all around. Those donkey balls are bouncing all around. Those donkey balls are bouncing, making celebrate.
The way we played against Southern Cal and Ohio State, I think we walk out of there with a victory.
Mario's capable of fucking it up somehow. We have to be on game day. You know what that's going to be like.
No.
You know, play.
Damn you, Ed.
So I like that graphic. I look like Dr. Demento. I like that. I like Dr.
Yeah, you noticed that too, didn't you?
You're a dead man walking toward the unemployment line.
You ain't nothing but a punk bitch. Fuck you and every goddamn thing you stand for.
Smacking off the podcast.
All right, everybody. Welcome back to Smacking Off the Podcast. Tonight we have a lot to talk about. Doug, what's up with you, Big Daddy?
What's going on, man?
All the fun and excitement in the whole world because we have a special guest, Landon Beeman, here, right?
Landon's coming on the last 15 minutes.
The last 15 minutes. Oh, I'm psyched for that. It's exciting and new, like the Love Boat.
How
Everything
long are we going tonight? What do we think?
I mean,
know.
you can jump out whenever Landon comes on. 15 till.
Okay.
Or you can jump out. You can jump out before then. I mean, but
No. I don't have to jump out. It was just a question.
yeah, I got you. But what I'm saying is, it's relaxed tonight. We're not covering games. We're just talking about this these last 4 games.
Oh, yeah. And
I
what
got
for
a
Doug-
pocket full of that fucking Venezuelan fish powder. God bless those fishermen. We can go all night, gentlemen.
So we could go all night. He just sounded like Ice Cube off Today was a good day. He could, he knew a girl from Kim and she could do it all night and everything was all right. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite songs. I really enjoyed that one. Doug, did you ever hear that song? Today was a good day.
Yes, absolutely.
It made me think of my life in Lexington after the Gulf War. And I used to go to the park every day and play basketball. And I really loved beating people in the hood. They just couldn't understand it. And it was tough on them emotionally. But just, that's the way I felt. I was freaking brothers every way like MJ, and I was making them like it. So that was my theme song for a little while.
And you didn't even have to use your AK.
Didn't even have to use my AK. Yeah, absolutely. And they, and that's the way Kirk Cignetti is feeling, guys. I've been thinking about this. I sit there watching the playoffs and watch the Big Ten championship and a lot of videos, especially the ones you've put out, Dane. And I thought about it a lot. And that really, if you look at it, Cignetti and Dion were both handed the keys to something, given an equal amount of resources to work with, right? And
I don't know.
I'm
Indiana probably has more money than Colorado, I think.
I don't know, man.
I
Like,
could be wrong, but
I
I
don't know.
think just because they're in the Big Ten, they probably get a little bit more.
It's hard for me to wrap my brain around Indiana on equal footing with anybody before Cignetti come in.
exactly.
Because they weren't.
Exactly.
Yeah, they've never been this successful ever. So
The best they ever did was maybe 7-5. Maybe it snuck in at 8-4, and they had good
I remember
offense and bad defense.
I remember a few decent Indiana teams. I remember one time they beat Florida State in a bowl game back in the 80s. But, yeah, I mean, Ed pretty much nailed it, 8-4. That's
Tops.
that's
Not
peak.
often.
Yeah, and that's peak,
Yeah,
and
not
not
very
often.
often at
Yeah,
all.
it's. I believe if I'm not mistaken, there's only one other school that's got more losses than them.
Vanderbilt.
Is it Vanderbilt?
Yeah, I know it's between Kentucky, Vanderbilt, and Indiana for the worst program of all time. But now that they're in the college football playoffs, that means that Kentucky's definitely below Indiana now. I mean, I don't know in terms of losses, but I thought those were the worst 3 top, major conference programs as far as I knew. And I could be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure that somewhere in the mix is and Duke. And I left out Duke.
Oh yeah.
And
I fucking love it, dude. Cignetti's that guy. I don't see how anybody would pull against him. You know what I mean?
So imagine this for a minute. What if somebody would have told you just 5 years ago and just picked out a fucking a year. 2025, Indiana is going to win the Big Ten, and they're going to be in the Final Four of the playoffs.
And they're going to be
Vanderbilt-
undefeated. And they're going to
Vanderbilt
have
is
a
gonna be
Heisman Trophy winner.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they're going
Vanderbilt
to be
is
ranked number 1.
Vandy's going to be close to making the playoffs.
Yeah.
And Duke is going to win the ACC.
Amazing.
That's NIL for you.
It's
sport
all the
has been
underdog
ruined,
shit.
my boys.
It's all the underdog shit that I've been pulling for since I've been
I don't think you
associated
can
with stuff.
attribute NIL to Cignetti.
Well,
I
you
mean,
can
maybe a little
definitely
bit.
attribute it to the transfer portal being relaxed the way it has. And a lot of these kids are getting paid.
He can coach.
Oh,
He coaches the hell out of them. Yeah, for sure. But for him to be able to go in there and turn it around this quickly, that wouldn't have happened 10 years ago because the portal wasn't like it is now. And just a little bit of NIL. I mean, if you can get like $10, $15 million to throw at your roster a year, you know what I mean? Like that can really turn a program around quickly if you have it in the right players, you know what I mean? Obviously, you got to get a quarterback and a couple of good players on defense, maybe a skill player here. That can change a whole team real quick. And you add in a really good coach. I mean, I like it, but at the same time, it's like, wow, man. What
Whatever
has
people
become
think
of the
about
sport?
Whatever people think about this quarterback, and I'm talking about the Heisman.
Mendoza?
Yes. And I've heard bad stuff about him since he won the Heisman. He is definitely a key element here, and he did come in through the portal. So
He reminds me of that dude that plays for the 49ers. What's his name?
Purdy.
Purdy. He reminds me of him a lot, like how he plays.
Oh, that's good.
He's a little
Purdy.
bit bigger and a little bit faster, maybe.
He's not going to be the last pick in the draft.
Yeah, Purdy's a competent player. When he got his chance, he exploited it. I don't think it's going to take as long for Mendoza to get his chance. So now Sean, he's not up. He don't think Mendoza's any good, and he don't think Indiana's any good. I find that interesting, but I think there's some blue blood. I think there's some bad grapes from the whole blue blood community.
Hold on. We don't know how.
What else do we need to see?
We don't know how Cignetti's players are going to transfer to the NFL because they're not mostly 4 and 5 star guys, and he's only been there 2 years. We don't know. You know, is this guy, because he's better than when he was at Cal, I think that's where he was, Cal, right?
Yes.
We don't know if he's going to get shitty coaching in the NFL and then, shit to bed.
I've seen good players get shitty coaching in the
Jim
NFL.
Couch.
Look what happened to Trevor Lawrence, man. They were
Trevor
calling
Lawrence,
him a bust.
when you
until
got
he
bad
finally
coaching
got a
and
good
no
coach. Right.
I agree with you, Dave. When you got bad coaching and no offensive line, then you're
that's tough, dude.
Yeah. So that could happen to him. But he might get lucky and go to a program that has a long-term vision, and he don't have to be thrown into the fire right off the bat, or he's brought in such a way that he could succeed. You know, I mean, you can't just lean on a guy like that right out of the draft. I mean, even Joe Montana,
especially if it's a high draft pick, like there's a reason you're going to that team. They got that pick because they suck ass. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Typically,
Oh, absolutely.
Unless they traded for it.
So I want to say this about Sean's love for Indiana. I think Sean would dislike the idea of Indiana or Purdue, being a Notre Dame guy, always dominating the state of Indiana as a football program. This is probably hard to swallow. And he picked Alabama to beat Indiana. I didn't see that happen. I did think it would be a much better game than what we saw. But we'll get into that with Landon later.
What'd you think about that, Doug? Come on, man.
What did I think about it? I think Alabama didn't show. I think that they had to have decent quarterback play because there was no way to run on Indiana. Alabama can't run when they're playing teams that can't defend the run very well. So when you're playing, when
Say that
Bama
again.
Bama cannot run even on a team that doesn't have a good run defense.
Oh shit.
So Indiana has a great run defense. So there was no reason for them to even build a game plan around running because it wasn't going to happen.
Right.
I think that that Ty Simpson had issues, and he's had them for about a month. I really think if
seemed like he was hurt or something.
Yeah, he was.
Even
And
before he went out.
He's been hurt for a while, but I think that he got worse in this game. But I think that if Alabama really wanted to field a team that had a chance of winning this game, I think that they should have changed quarterbacks before. They should have prepared another quarterback to start this game.
Well,
And that's that was the only chance Alabama had.
Man.
That was the only way.
And then the game was pretty much.
That's the only chance that Alabama had to actually hang in there.
Now, would you believe? I would say though, the execution in every phase was better for Indiana. And they
dominated.
If Alabama had matched the execution, they weren't able to because the defense was constantly putting pressure on Simpson.
And just the quarterback play. I mean, he wasn't healthy, and he didn't need to be out there. And he hung around out there for a half. I believe he even came out and played some. He came and played some in the second half. Yeah, exactly. I mean, if you're going to make a change, make a fucking change. Do it when your team still has a chance.
Yeah, it was. They put him in when y'all were down 10, right?
I think 17, at least 17.
Maybe 17. Yeah, the game's out of hand. That's a shitty situation.
No, don't misunderstand me. I'm not making an argument that Bama wins if they make a change earlier.
Who was the quarterback that would have replaced him, Doug?
The guy they put out there.
The kid that came with the
first thing he did when he went out there was drive the field and get Alabama on the board.
Good.
Which
Wasn't he a transfer from Ohio State?
No, he came with the coach from Washington.
Oh yeah. So he knew the system well.
Yes.
So,
I think he's a redshirt sophomore, maybe.
Yeah, truthfully, he probably should have been playing several games ago.
He looked pretty good, man.
Ty Simpson hasn't been right in a while.
He had the intangibles. He did look unprepared, though.
He was cold. He was cold, and they haven't been preparing him to start. They've been going with a guy that's injured. I don't know how badly injured, but he definitely got as bad as it could be in the Indiana game. He could not throw the ball correctly. He's got some kind of hand injury, doesn't he? Somebody help me out. Is that what they said? He was ailing
ribs. Did he have broken ribs or something out of it?
I mean, he might have some broken ribs in the game.
Yeah, so
it looked like he had like a fucking. It didn't look good how he crumpled up, man. Oh,
yeah, I've had broken ribs before. They suck. There's no way you're going to throw a football with any kind of heat on it.
So yeah, I don't want to predict on these next two games yet, but I do want to go ahead and say this. I believe the national championship game is in the Peach Bowl.
Is that with Indiana and Oregon?
It is.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I think
it's a shame that we have to get the repeat. Like the way that they seeded it, they should have tried to make sure that these kinds of things were avoided, like Ole Miss and Georgia.
Yes, like they should have put in the other brackets. I agree with you 100%.
Alabama and Oklahoma.
Do a great job with that.
Yeah, all that was stupid if you ask me.
Well,
it wasn't the stupidest one though, Bob. The stupidest one was Tulane and Ole Miss rematch.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
that was ignorant.
Well, but it's many times in sports it's been said that one of the two semis is the championship game, and the other team wins it. Now, But I think Indiana is gonna take it. I think. I
think it's
they're-
Indiana and Miami. I'm not
I'm not picking it right now, but I will say this: there will have to be. I'm going to watch a lot of Indiana. I have not watched. I've watched a couple games this year. The last one I watched was a really.
And I really want Miami in there just to fucking thumb Notre Dame right in the fucking eyeball.
But if I'm picking today,
bitch ass motherfuckers.
If I'm picking today, I am absolutely. You will not convince me otherwise today. I'm not convinced myself before, but if I'm picking today, I've got Oregon winning the rematch.
Well,
I mean, I get it. I get it that everybody's in awe of Indiana, and this is really the best Indiana team I've ever seen. But at the same time, beating a team 2 times in 1 year, a good team. We're not talking about just some team. We're talking about a team that is 13-1. Their only loss is to Indiana earlier this year, a 10-point loss. A lot of injuries in that game too.
Hey,
what was
Bob.
What's that?
I've
Well,
been,
the reason
this
that
is
I like
complete-
Indiana to win the game is that all that happened at Oregon,
Yeah.
and
Yeah, but-
Indiana won in a substantial
Yeah, but
fashion.
Oregon still had a lot of injuries in the game. Before the game, they entered the game with not their full crew, and now they actually everybody's back. So, and these are both great defensive teams, by the way.
Yeah, it could be awesome.
So I don't. It may be higher scoring than we're picturing, but I got a feeling it's not going to be that high scoring. I think.
Hey, when is this Peach Bowl?
Friday.
Yep.
And see, Indiana traveled all the way across the country for that game too. We was talking all season that most of the teams that made that journey, either from west,
you're right.
lost, right? So Indiana goes up there to Oregon. It's
We've
huge
seen
crowd.
Oregon make this trip before and get fucking embarrassed. So that
This
could
is
be a
going to
thing.
be a great game, but give me Oregon today. I'll think about that. We do another segment on
I
Tuesday.
mean, on
where
paper, they should win. They have the better players. Is
Oregon, you
anybody
talking
in disagreement with that? Yeah.
you talking about Oregon?
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. And they're going to be present for the game, which they weren't the last game.
It kind of reminds me of when
Well, wait, you can't say they
TCU
weren't
played
present.
Georgia.
Well, they
You
didn't.
know what I mean?
No, what I'm saying is they didn't have all their. They had injuries in that game.
Right.
They had key players out for that game.
But the disparity between the star rankings on the rosters, this reminds me of TCU against Georgia. Like Oregon's got a lot of 4 and 5 star players. Indiana does not. You know what I'm saying? So,
and that's why people every week. I mean, even before the Alabama game, I seen Tim Bailey over at.
But so to that end, I'd like to point out that Indiana just beat the fuck out of a team with a bunch of 4 and 5 star. A couple of games in a row. You know what I mean? I mean, they beat the fuck out of Ohio State. And then they beat the fuck out of Alabama, man. Like,
I'm not trying to down
more of those. They got to do it.
I'm not trying to down my team, but I'm just going to say this: Oregon is not Alabama. Oregon, we're going to see a better quarterback with Oregon. We're going to see a better defense. We're going to see a team that has a lot. They're way more consistent on the field. So, I mean, Indiana can beat Oregon. I'm not saying that Indiana can't.
Good, dude.
I'm not going to say that Indiana can't beat Oregon. I'm just saying that this is not going to be what people think that it's, doing comparative scores and all this. Okay, so
right,
Indiana's just going to walk in there and win this game. I'm going to tell you something. This Oregon team is really good, and
for sure, really good. But there is some comparison you can do, though. If you're talking who's got the most talent, Ohio State undoubtedly had the most talent.
Undoubtedly,
the best three recruiting classes in a row, right? I mean, It's just unbelievable experience, right? And everything. They on paper outmatched Indiana in every way. So I find it interesting that if Indiana does win, they will have proven it. That's for sure.
Oh, no, there's absolutely no way around it. This may be one of the greatest seasons ever put together. If they win it all.
Oh, it's movie shit, just like Signetti said.
Yeah, dude, the Hoosiers.
Yeah,
Part two.
It's a Disney movie before woke. You know what I'm saying? So,
But Indiana better be ready for a fight because that's what they're fixing to get. And I get it. And they did beat Ohio State, and Ohio State did on paper.
I got a question for all of you guys that's completely unrelated to all of this shit, and I kind of wish Sean was here to answer. Do you think that didn't like the playoff committee say that they would put Notre Dame in, but then somehow they found a way to fuck them for not being in a conference? Do you think this is the kind of year that kind of forces Notre Dame to reconsider?
I think that this is the kind of year that forces the committee to reconsider. They brought in two teams that shouldn't even have been there. We got two shitty games. We could have had Notre Dame, could have had Texas, could have had BYU in there, could have had Vanderbilt in there.
Would have liked that. So there you go. Doug just made the case for a 16-team playoff.
Oh, we're not saying I think it's too much already. Look at how many teams show that they didn't deserve to be in it, that didn't clearly distinguish themselves, right? I mean,
look at Texas Tech. Jesus Christ.
There haven't been 8 teams in the country that could win.
They won a game though, but they did win. They won the opening round. Texas Tech.
Who else got blanked? Fucking Ohio State. What?
Alabama was close to getting blanked.
Ohio State got embarrassed. Dude, there was a lot of surprising games.
Now, what if Signetti does get a 5-star class?
Are you sure he wants
I
one?
think he's just going to keep doing what he's doing. He wins, bro. Google him.
Sure,
yeah, but it's going to get easier from the recruit, though.
Right?
Yeah.
So he's got like a self-licking ice cream cone going
If he
on right
just
now.
gets every player in Indiana, guys, that's a good team with about 6 5-stars, about 10 4-stars, and about 25 3-stars. Just from
that's solid.
Yeah,
but he won't get them all. A couple of them will go to Notre Dame and shit.
Well, one of them just flipped from Notre Dame to Indiana. What was this guy?
Shit.
Oh yeah, I got to say, I found that very interesting.
Shit like that might change Notre Dame's mind about affiliation as well. I think the committee should just continue keeping Notre Dame out until they join a conference. Fuck that.
I do not want Notre Dame to join a conference. I really don't. I love Notre Dame being independent. I just don't. I don't want.
I mean,
I want there to be that bouncing power outside of the conference structure.
Well, so I mean, they get like so many non-conference games. They would be able to, and most of their rivals have moved into the Big Ten anyway. So
tell me, what does it mean? What does it mean to win your conference, Dane? Is it a big deal?
It'll put you to championship.
I think we need to find a Duke fan and ask them.
Well, yeah, okay. So, but we could talk to Duke fans. We could talk to Georgia fans.
I feel like Duke should have been in the playoff. They won the ACC, dude.
Well, they didn't make it. They didn't.
That's crazy.
They had a lot of losses.
So what that tells me is conference championship games are pointless, and
they are. In my opinion.
They should just eliminate it.
Spread them out among the bowl.
It's not going to mean anything to win it, then it shouldn't be played.
I like what's his name? Gruden. I like Gruden's idea of having play-in games that weekend. Basically, you got all these arguments about who needs to be in. Set up 8 play-in games to
It
decide
should
those
be
spot-
like it should
those-
be the regular season champion from all power conferences, right? So
no.
the
Well,
best
yeah,
team from
maybe,
the
but
Power Four.
yeah, I don't want a conference champion if they're like Duke.
But we don't
No,
want.
I'm saying
we don't want to devalue the
no
regular season either.
no conference game played. Well, they still.
Well,
could
who
play
would
the
it have been?
conference game.
Would it have been Miami this year? Who would it have been?
Yeah, I think Miami would have been the regular season if they didn't play a conference championship game. You know what I mean? The team, it may have
Wait,
been
no.
Virginia.
How is that possible though? It would have been
It
Virginia.
could have been Virginia.
Yeah, it
I
would have
don't
been
know. Whichever one's ranked higher, right?
Well, if Miami,
and then they could have a play-in game for the second. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like for each conference. So like it would have been Alabama or Georgia, and then Alabama and Texas could have played to be the
So
second.
speaking
team.
of conference championship games, let's go back to last year. Our national champions last year, the Ohio State Buckeyes, they didn't even play in their conference championship game, did they?
Nope.
No, Indiana did against Penn State, I believe.
Yes, sir. So
They did.
I mean, we're seeing all kinds of evidence that these conference championships don't really mean that much.
They lost to Indiana last year, though, and it got them in the college football playoff. There was so much skepticism of Indiana last year that without that win in the conference championship against Penn State, they wouldn't have got in. And
That's
so
true.
that really mattered.
They were underrated as fuck.
Yeah, but we would have had to play. If we don't have the conference championship games, there will be something else in its place, and you probably have
Playing
play-ins.
games.
And Indiana would have definitely been included in that with their.
They're big cash cows.
Okay,
though. It's
so
gonna be hard to
but
get
how do
coverage
they
where to
set
go.
that up? How many playing games does each conference get?
I mean,
You know what I mean? Because this year it would have been there should have been like 5 or 6 Big Ten teams in. You know what I mean?
The Big Ten was definitely a superior conference this year. I'd have to give them a little bit of credit.
Do we
who got-
keep
who
the
got left
bowl
at-
games and use the bowl games as the play-ins
I
for
don't know.
seeding and everything?
I mean, I think you need to do it regionally so that you can get fans to the games. But
They care
yeah, I
about
mean, you could
fans?
do it like you do the conference championship games. They're all at neutral sites, or most of them are.
Right. I don't know. That's how many teams are you inviting then? So 32?
That's a lot of fucking teams, Dane. You getting some shit? You're getting some shitty.
Well, that's
shitty
what I
game.
mean.
You'll get some shitty games with that, I believe.
Maybe the regular season champions
I think
get a bye and you do
I think so.
24 teams.
Man, you know what?
I
I'd
don't
love to
know
go
how
to.
you do
I'd
it.
love to go back to 8. I'm sorry, we never were at 8, but I'd love to go to 8. But
I
16
thought
max.
4 was
16
perfect, dude.
16 max is the way I'm looking at it.
I know everybody wants to be included and whatnot, but I felt like 4 was perfect in retrospect.
Yeah, it was working.
8 would have been fine though, but 4 was great.
The problem with the 4 is when you have that special team that, you know, a group of 5 team that's good enough. It's very hard for them to get
squeezing
in.
them in there. They were
Well, they got
squeezing them in.
they got Cincy in there once.
Right. I mean,
These weren't those teams though. These teams weren't very good. They already had the previous loss to a member of the CFP. That I agree with you, Doug. Only one of them should have gone in. Maybe neither one of them.
I
And
don't
then you
believe
could
it,
have
neither
had
of them.
Then you could have had Notre Dame and Vanderbilt, which I'd have been fine with. And I think Notre Dame and Vanderbilt, Notre Dame with this national brand, and Vanderbilt with all the hype and excitement around it would have been good for the ratings.
I would say that there's probably 10 teams, and I'd have to look through the the final week of top 25 and right outside the top 25. I'll bet you there were 10 teams that would have put up a better showing than what those two teams did.
Absolutely.
And I
But
mean,
Ole Miss-
I mean, Texas with 3 losses. I mean, it. There's a lot that would have had a better showing.
I called that, by the way. I said that this was going to bring on a lot of like 3 and 4 loss. I said that we would see a 5-loss team in a conference championship. Like all
Dude.
that shit's happened, man. Yeah, they expanding the playoff field is what killed the fucking conference championships. Like before they expanded it from 4, all the conference championship games mattered.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Now they don't matter. They don't even have divisions in the conferences anymore. It's fucking absurd. Like, what's even the point of having conferences?
I mean, I think we need good play-in games. The conference championships would work. I mean, on paper they work but when you actually put it into play, you end up with one team playing there that probably don't deserve to be in the playoffs, and then they win, and then they're in. You're better off. Like
what?
Okay, so
what if they went to pods in the power conferences, and each power conference put in its best 4 teams, and they had play-in games for their pods? You know what I mean? Like divisional playoffs.
So okay, so Virginia would have won. I believe we can safely say Virginia would have won the regular season ACC championship. With their record.
Yeah.
If Miami would have won it, they would have been in the ACC championship game probably.
Well, I think Miami was ranked higher, so if there was a tiebreaker, did they play each other?
No, I don't know. If they did, Miami beat them because I know Miami's 2 losses.
Well, there you go. They would have been the champion then, and Virginia would have been second.
They didn't play. That may have been a play-in game, Miami and Virginia, and Miami would have won.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
So, in my opinion, this is one of the This is the most interesting Final Four. You know, going back to when they started this whole CFP thing, this is the most interesting 4 teams, last 4 teams that I've ever seen.
And look at Ole Miss. They got a story too. Ole Miss has a story too, Doug. I find Ole Miss's story very compelling. The fact that they got rid of Lane Kiffin and
that was really bullshit. By the way, I'm here to protest on Lane's behalf.
Oh, okay.
They shouldn't have done that. That was.
Wasn't there some bad officiating in the Ole Miss game though that helped them along a little bit?
Was there?
That's what everybody's claiming, but I don't know if I really saw it that way.
Dude, that was one of the best officiated games I've seen all year.
I watched little pockets of the game. I haven't seen the whole game. I need to sit down and watch it.
The referees really let both teams play football until like the very end. I saw one questionable call, and then 2 other ones that were spot on. Like I thought the officials did great. I was surprised. Give them a raise.
Hell yeah.
The most boring scenario, in my opinion, the most boring of this whole thing is for Miami to somehow win this whole thing. And that's because Miami won it in 2001. So they've actually won it in this century. So it's like, okay, so we don't have a traditionalist winning this, but we at least have a team winning it that won it in this fucking century. That's so boring.
I don't think I'm picking Ole Miss in this game. I know that Miami has played very good defense, but that Ole Miss offense is very, very dynamic, and I don't think that Miami can shut them down consistently. And the thing is, the Ole Miss defense just has to keep the Miami offense. It's not really that explosive, somewhat under control. I got Ole Miss winning this.
Bro, that one kid they got though. I don't remember his name offhand, Wide
Trinidad
receiver.
Chambliss. Oh, I thought you said,
No, for Miami. Fuck. He's a beast, dude. That I
they
cannot
got a pretty
remember
good
his
line. They can control the line of scrimmage if that's what they work on, and that's what Miami has to do to win that game is control their line of scrimmage. Early on in the season, their offensive line was dynamic, and then they kind of fell off a little bit. But over the last 3 or 4 games, they've played up to expectations in general.
Oh, yeah.
Miami O-line, so that's a
As
factor.
you would
in it.
expect.
If they play ball control football to the Ed's point, they can beat Ole Miss, but they kept falling in the trap and playing Ole Miss's game because Ole Miss wants to go up and down the field, and Trinidad Chambliss is a dynamic player, and I think this is going to be a hell of a game. I think it'll be interesting as hell. I can't wait for it to happen.
Ole Miss is definitely the team I'm pulling for here. That would be the most interesting scenario for me is that Ole Miss makes it to this game, to the big game and wins it all.
That'd be crazy.
Even more so than Indiana, and the reason being for me is that Indiana has looked so dominant, even though traditionally they're not that. But I don't know. Is there something about Ole Miss winning this, especially after Lane jumped out of the fucking boat?
Yeah, and there's also something to be
Dude,
said
they
for
made him do that, dude. That is so crazy.
there's also something to be said for Kignetti against the Rebels in the Natty.
What's that?
Yes, that'd be cool.
You mean
Because he's a rebel.
that sounds like a monster
Is
movie,
he?
doesn't it?
Oh yeah.
He didn't go to Ole Miss, you liar.
Yeah, or UNLV.
Are there any
God damn
other
it, Ed.
Rebels?
You know what's interesting? Another thing that's interesting is that now that you can just pay players, Indiana didn't have to do it dirty either. And so the dirtiness field just got fucking wiped plumb away, right? So really, the ones that could historically be dirty and get away with it the longest and do it the best were able to just, I mean, obviously Oklahoma in the 80s was just crooked beyond belief. I mean, I hope Timothy Bailey is
Cocaine, baby.
I mean, any way you want to slice it, they were crooked
It's
beyond
a
belief.
hell of a bag, man.
So, when a private school like Miami wins against the Nebraskas and Oklahomas in that era, you wonder how crooked they had to get and what had to be sanctioned and where the money come from. But they didn't have the
They
donors.
made movies about it, my boy. What you mean?
Yeah, but
We know where
they
the
didn't
money
have the
came from.
donors that Oklahoma and Nebraska had, excuse me, those days. And it's interesting to me now the playing field's just level as hell. Indiana says, all right, we're going to commit. We got a coach that's won at every level. We're going to give him what he wants. Let's see what happens. And boom, here we are. But they've done the same thing for Dion, in my opinion. And he didn't do shit. And he had 5-star guys. He had his son at the very least. He had the Heisman Trophy winner as well. And yet, as far as championship football being played, it never went on. So it's all who you hand the reins to. Looks like to me, it's and what they can do with what they've got available to them. And I mean, there's no doubt that Cignetti can do the most with the least. I'm just blown away. Even if they lose, Doug, to your point, that he still looks fantastic. I mean, they extend him for a lot of money.
He is phenomenal.
Have y'all ever seen real birth control glasses as issued by Uncle Sam? I wish y'all was
Hell
on
yeah, dude.
Look at you about
The BCGs, baby.
Yeah. There you go.
Are you wearing them right now?
Yeah, just put them on. You see it?
Oh, man, I gotta put. Hell yeah, dude.
That's
They
right.
are also affectionately known as RPGs.
Oh.
Rape prevention glasses.
Rape prevention glasses. Because I was so fine that I had to do this to save myself as I was.
Yeah,
dating.
dude. You gotta beat them off with a stick, brother.
So what you do is there's a rubber band thing that can go here and here, and if you're a paratrooper and you have these on, when you come out of the plane and you get in that wash, they beat your face back and forth like this right here, leave a red mark in the middle of your nose.
Like a drill sergeant. with the
Yeah.
round brown on your
Yeah,
feet.
yeah. See how it goes back. It's what I'm saying. The air catches them. They're going bam, 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 and you got a little rubber band on the back of your head to keep them from flying off your face. Yeah. So anyway, guys, that's Doug was right. I agree with him 100% that these playoffs are extremely compelling, right? Even
Love
though they could have spread teams out in the seeding, the way it's
The
ended up.
seeding's ass.
Yeah, the way it's ended up is really nice. Even though we got a rematch again with Oregon and Indiana, but it's a very compelling rematch.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, guys, I think it's the entertainment they wanted. And as far as the conference championships, I don't know if they'll let go of that money, Doug.
The money can still be made. These play-in games will generate just as much money. And now it'll be split up a little bit but
Yeah, who gets the money?
these play-in games will probably generate more money than these conference championship games.
So,
Because
how would you structure, or what proposal have you seen where playing games
go
would
go
be
look
worked
up.
in?
So go look up John Gruden talking about it, or I will find it and I will post it after this in
Okay.
group, and I'll tag you.
Yeah,
John
post the
John
link
Gruden.
in the comments.
John Gruden has a
on
great
the-
idea. He wants to leave the conference championship games in though, but then he wants to add play-in games for that day. He was talking about teams that were sitting home that day, and he said those teams.
How many?
He had at least 4 play-in games to go with the 4 conference championship games.
So that's
Nice.
16 teams right there.
Yep.
Well,
And I
there
think
you
that
go.
those
And
4
then just leave the group of 5. They do the same thing. They'll have like an NIT bracket.
Yep. Well, see, he said that in most cases, a lot of times, the conference championship games, both teams would end up going no matter who wins. They would have a lot to do with the seeding, of course.
Hell yeah.
The
Yeah, I
winning team
think
would,
they
would
should
obviously
tie
seed
the
them.
seeding to the conference championship or the play-in, whatever the fuck it is.
I don't like the idea though of reseeding games once a round has been played because in my opinion you earned the seed. That's the seed you had. That's why you played your season.
Right.
Is to have
And
that seed.
they should arrange the bracket in such a way that there will be no, if there are rematches, they will happen either in the natty or in the semifinals.
I don't mind the idea. I don't mind the idea of reseeding because that may end up giving us a chance to shift away from rematches and things like that too.
Oh yeah, that's true. That is true.
And it doesn't matter. I mean, you're going to play so many games to get in. Obviously, who you go through probably does matter, but I mean, shit, you got those
So
teams.
where do you reseed at?
After the first round, I guess.
You do it after every round?
I don't know. This is great off-season subject matter. We'll pull this one together for I would
Me
say
and Bob
maybe
are
April.
gonna find a cave somewhere and trip on LSD for a week, and we're gonna come out with all the answers.
Dad, and y'all need to go ahead and take a camera with you too. Y'all could do the podcast from there, live from a fucking cave, dude. That'd be cool, wouldn't it?
We wouldn't have much
Hell
reception,
yeah.
but I know where gigantic caves are. I am in Kentucky. You know what I'm saying?
Smacking off
Hell
live
yeah.
from the cave.
Yes, sir.
We'll get a Starlink out there on top of it.
Oh yeah, on top of the mountain. You'd have a cable 1,500 feet long, but we'd make it work.
We'll do
And they,
it.
let's see who's in the chat. I just noticed Bruce Martinez says we're getting shit games now, and and he also said, and Bruce couldn't join us because he was feeling bad. And Miami had more explosive plays than anyone, and they are faster than Oregon. So that's interesting. And
Well, they might not get to play Oregon, my guy.
You know what? That would be an interesting game. That would be an interesting championship game,
That's
simply
too
because
much green.
well, you've got you've got Mario Cristobal there that was coaching Oregon and then came to Miami from there, and then you got his replacement Dan Lanning. And
yeah, that's
Taking them
interesting.
on up.
I'll tell you what, it looks to me like we can just call the championship game the Saban Bowl.
Oh Oh
Same
yeah,
with-
because
sure.
every
All
one of these,
four
every one of
coaches.
these fuckers, every one of them, yes. And even if Lane would have stayed, he would have been a Saban guy too.
That's true.
When
Now,
was
Cignetti is
Cignetti with him?
Cignetti was with him 2009 through 2000 or 2008 to 2012, I think. He was there when
Wow.
So
Julio
before
Jones
the
was there.
dynasty, he got to see how the
Oh,
shit
good.
was built.
Absolutely, and he is talking about it
That's
too.
why he's so fucking good at this, dude.
Oh,
Holy
yeah.
shit.
We like
Saban
that.
created a monster, dude.
Probably more than one. I mean, Lane hasn't had this kind of success, but he is emotionally. Lane is definitely a monster as well.
I love
Well,
Lane
he's
Kiffin,
definitely
man.
he's definitely ego. I wouldn't know if he's egomaniac, but he's definitely a narcissist, and he's enjoyed every bit of the attention that he's got, and we gave it to him, and now it's ironic.
We're
Right,
gonna
which I
keep
love
giving
irony.
it to him. He's at LSU now, brother.
That's
On
what I
top
said.
of the mountain.
Uh, well,
Money.
Yeah, chances are within the next 5 years, he probably wins a natty.
but Ole Miss is in the Final
Or
Four.
he's working
He ain't
for E
there.
ESPN.
Yeah, he'd be good on ESPN. He'd be entertaining. He should. He should go. Who's that punter for the Colts that is so popular? Is now on game day and shit. Got his own
Pat?
shit. Yeah, Pat McAfee. The one they
Yeah,
found
dude,
drunk
they
naked
should
in
give
canal.
Lane Kiffin a
Yeah, they should be join forces on that one. That would be exciting. And then
they
you know
should
they
give
found
him a
McAfee.
TV show now, dude. Like,
Did you
how cool would that be?
did you know that they found Pat McAfee drunk and naked in a canal in the College District of Indy while he was the punter at the Colts?
No,
It's
I
true.
did,
Believe
I
it,
did
dude.
not know
He's a
that.
wild man, dude. He's
Yeah,
a
he.
fucking wild man.
Yep, you can look that up. It was interesting. Yeah, he is a wild man. That's why I like him. I'd love to hang out with him. So if I could hang out with people that's modern today, I would hang out with him and Bill Clinton. That'd be my trio to go to the bar with, right?
Oh God. Just
Oh yeah.
make sure there aren't any kids around.
Oh, that's true. That's true. We wouldn't want kids around, but that'd be all right. He wouldn't want to do it for the pack because then you have to hear about it forever, right? There'd be evidence. That's what. So this guy went in my bedroom, right? When I first come home from the Gulf War, I had like a duplex, and there was kind of a party going on at my house, and this friend of mine, Paul Curry, I hope he's listening, right? Came on, went in my bedroom with this chick named Gina Bertram, who was basically obese, and she had the worst acne I ever seen, right? And then he went in my bedroom, and then they come out, and I didn't pay no attention to him, but he didn't come out there for about an hour, and he come out and I said, "Man, you didn't do it with her, did you?" And he goes, "Oh no, man." And I walked in there in my bedroom to get something. There his damn rubber was laying. I'm like, "Oh, I got the evidence." So I had the evidence, and that's what we're talking about now. Is they have the evidence, but they changed the names to protect the guilty and the innocent. But I didn't. So that's what the whole situation reminds me of. So he couldn't live it down from then on out. And that he knew that I knew that he boned that incredibly, and I really didn't love it because it was on my bed, right? So he boned that incredibly ugly and obese bitch who I didn't like right there on my bed. Oh,
All right, so I'm sitting here waiting for Landon. We're gonna give him a few minutes, and then we're going to bed, right?
Oh yeah, we gotta give him a few minutes. He's gonna have a slick willy, right? Is that how you would define it?
Something like that, yes.
Hey,
I don't know.
boot me.
I think he'll
Don't
take
boot
up.
me from the podcast. I want to hear it.
No, all I'm gonna do is
I'll
mute
mute
over.
myself.
Okay, but I
So
don't
we're
know.
just
If he's,
gonna introduce him.
he should have already been in, so we'll see if he shows up.
Have we got any messages off to the side? Let's see. No. So
I think that he's going to take up for DeBoer, and I'm not going to dog DeBoer either at this point. It's too early. This is Oh, here he comes. Let me.
here we
Oh
go.
yeah, let's go.
He said, "Let's
Can
go."
we
And
get
tonight we
some
have
What's going on,
Landon.
round of
Landon?
applause sound effects?
Am I good?
You're good.
We hear you, bro.
Oh, what's everybody doing?
We're talking all this college football action, Landon, and we're excited to
We
hear
were
what you have to say
patiently
about it.
waiting for you.
Y'all been waiting for me?
Oh, it kind of not like
So what
at the
it-
craft doors.
We're taking bets right now whether you're throwing DeBoer under the bus or you're going to take up for him. And I was telling the fellas here you're going to take up for DeBoer, and I would take up for DeBoer as well. We're really early in this process, and that was very disappointing game, but it's way too fucking early to start talking that shit.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to fire DeBoer. I mean, why do I want to fire him?
Exactly. Who are you going to get? Who's going to replace DeBoer? I mean,
Well, yeah, you're right. I mean, who are you going to get to replace him? But why do I want to fire him? What did he do wrong?
I don't know. For me, it's gonna depend on, and as far as whether he, I mean, do I think that the Indians? Hello.
Yeah, it looks like we had some technical difficulties. I hope Ed didn't actually knock us out.
I don't know what happened, but
Oh, he's jumping off now.
all right. So Landon, we can hear you again, I believe.
Yeah, I was listening to you speak about
Sorry, I think that was voodoo or something.
yeah, I don't know what that was.
So what were you? What's the last thing you heard?
Hell, you were saying that you didn't want to fire him or anything like that. And you
No,
were saying we're early into this process.
Yeah, but I was talking about I don't know if you heard any of it. I was talking about the fact that we're kind of a one-dimensional team, and if you don't have great quarterback play, there's no way you're beating a team like Georgia or Indiana. I think
What's
in
funny is
hindsight,
we did beat Georgia.
Yeah, we did at an earlier point. We were definitely playing better then.
All I know, and that's what I'm getting at.
And Georgia wasn't probably hitting on the cylinders that they ended up hitting on later. No, I'm wondering, should we have prepared? Who was the quarterback that came in the Indiana game?
Austin Mack.
What do you think of Austin Mack? I mean, he came in, he did give us a drive, and he's the reason that we didn't get blanked. Maybe.
Well, I mean, look, he came in like a garbage role, and just
he did.
You know, I mean, he did what a lot of backup quarterbacks do. I've seen a lot of backup quarterbacks come in a moment like that, and they, lead a drive, and they think like, oh shit, everything's like it was the quarterback, that was it, and then
Oh no, I knew it wasn't. But
the opposing team gets a few film on him and everything like that, and they just start blitzing the shit out of him, and he freaks out, and then all of a sudden you realize, damn, that's why he's a backup quarterback. Which he won't even. He's not even better than Keelan Russell. I mean, the freshman we got. It's just why put in a 5-star freshman in that spot when you're already getting your ass whipped. What's the point? Are you going to just kill his confidence?
Right.
But I've seen Austin Mack play quarterback in close scrimmages and stuff like that, and yeah, I wouldn't be shocked if he hit the portal, honestly, here in the next few days. And then again, he might stay and try to compete for the job. And if he does, I mean, all power to him. But
so tell me this, and just looking back at this particular game, what do you think Alabama could have done anything to have changed? Nothing.
Nope. I mean, look, the game was lost when we went for it on that 4th and 1. You can't, you shouldn't have. That was a dumb decision because my problem I had with it. If you'd have just went for it initially, just from the jump, no timeout, no like, look, we're going to fake it out and pretend we're going to go for it, then I actually wouldn't have had really an issue. And then in that situation, with it being a 4th and 1, I would have pushed or done something. The last thing I'd have called would be a jet sweep to the wide receiver.
Yeah, right into their fucking strength too.
Yeah, I mean, we can't even run up the gut. Why would someone think we could run side
Yeah,
to side?
when that play happened, I told my wife right there. I said that.
And the problem is,
can I interject for just a moment, gentlemen?
Go ahead.
That right there is kind of one of those. It's just a small piece answer, but you asked what DeBoer did wrong. That right there was coaching. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They should have had a plan for that.
Oh, they should have. That
situation.
right there, we lost the game right there. I mean, whether the OC called it or anything like that, I mean, ultimately it's the head coach's decision to go for it. But what I was pissed at though was the fact that we lined up in the punt formation. We put Ty Simpson as the punt protector. Then we brought him up to the line to snap the football and act like we were going to snap it, which was very creative on our part. Good creative, like
for sure.
Try to fool the defense, like really good. But Indiana, they're coached so well and they don't make any mistakes. They're not going to fucking jump at that. They laughed at us, and that's fine. Like, hey, hats off. Call a timeout.
Gave it a good try.
You gave it a try. No problem. Bring the punt team out and just
That's
punt the
what I
ball.
would have done.
Don't
Punt it.
lose. You're down 3-0. It's the beginning of the second quarter. Yeah, they just had a 16-play, 85-yard drive. But you know what? If you have a team go 16 plays for 85 yards and all they
And
got
you
out of it
hold
was
them
3
to a
points,
field goal. Yeah.
you won. You won. You realistically you pretty much won the battle on that. And when we did that and didn't make it, I was like, I texted people and everything. I said, Alabama just lost. I said, you literally just gave a team all the momentum, a short field, and I said they're going to
Super short
capitalize,
field.
and it's going to deflate the team. I was like, it's over. Oh, like that. That's all it took, and that's all, and that's because like even if you punted it to them, and let's say they went down and maybe held another field goal, and it's only 6-0. Okay, well, you haven't killed yourself, and then not to mention they eat up more time on the clock. So maybe you go into halftime and you're only down like 6-0 or 9-0 or something. You're not down 17, but after that it just snowballed, and then obviously the next drive we had a really good drive going, and then Ty tried to make something happen and got absolutely just leveled. And then from there, obviously, he had a cracked rib. He cracked his rib right there, and he kept playing through the second quarter. But towards halftime, after halftime, they called it. He tried to do that one drive to half, but if any of y'all ever had cracked ribs, you're not going to exactly throw the football with any velocity with cracked ribs. It's not going to happen.
No.
Yeah, that was. But no, that was Indiana's. They're just. I've never seen a team so well coached for not having dudes. Nobody recruited any of these dudes. Nobody. And they're out there just doing calculus on everybody. There's nothing you can do with them. Nothing. They're not gonna fuck up. They're just not.
What do you think about Oregon and Indiana real quick?
What is going on with this thing?
With what?
Yeah, but I agree with winning. The execution is outstanding for Indiana. I think that's their winning point. The execution is not that anything they're doing is like beyond belief. It's that they just keep executing and executing and executing and making the right coaching decision.
Oh yeah, it's the best.
Yeah, I can hear you now.
What? Why does this thing keep cutting out? All of a sudden, I just went to a picture of all the dudes on the football field.
Oh, I did that. Sorry, I don't. That was coincidental. Going along with the fact that I guess you lost signal for a second or something.
Hello.
Can you hear us?
Doug, you there?
Yes. Oh shit! The government's fucking with us again, Bob.
They're fucking with us. We've too much truth, too much excitement.
Yep.
Landon's too close to the program. They can't have the truth here exposed on Smacking Off the Podcast. So we hope
Landon, can you hear us?
Do I need to
Goddamn.
rejoin?
Maybe.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Anyway,
Chuck, send him a message in the chat.
yeah, if you want to, just tell him to rejoin. I was interested to see what he thinks about Indiana going forward. This is a very well coached team. If they win it all, that's going to play a big part of this. They do not make mistakes.
I agree with that. That's always the Achilles heel of up and coming teams as well, right?
All
Like,
right, can y'all hear me now?
yes, I
hear you.
can.
Okay, what's going on?
I don't know. We
It
can
just
all
like-
hear each other. We can all hear each other. It's only you that can't hear us when it happens.
Yeah, like all of a sudden I was just talking, all of a sudden it just like cuts out.
Goodness.
Okay, but anyway, I was just saying that, yeah, Indiana. I mean, I've never seen a team that like. Look, we all go into the portal except for Dane's team. We all go into the portal and we get a decent amount of guys. We get 10, 15 dudes. Some schools like Colorado and Florida State, they try to get 30 or 40 dudes and everything like that. And I think Indiana's about on that par. But
So, what do you think about Indiana and Oregon?
oh, I think Indy. Well, hold on, because these teams in rematches have so
Yes.
far, they've won the game. The team that didn't win the first time has won the second time.
I think the team that didn't win the first time, when you've got evenly matched teams like this, I think the team that didn't win the first time has the advantage because they've got the film to look at to tell them what they need to do. Now, the winning team, they don't know what to fucking do. They don't know
Yeah.
what to. You know what I mean?
And the problem with Indiana compared to all these other teams, Indiana, it doesn't even matter about the film or anything.
It's about execution.
They just seem bigger, stronger, and faster and smarter than you. I guess it's just it's like no matter what you do, they're gonna. I mean, they got you. I mean, they know everything you're gonna do before you do it, and honestly, it's one of the most amazing things I've ever seen. I've been watching football a long ass time. It's one of the most amazing things I've ever.
You riding with the
I've ever
Hoosiers all the way
watched.
to the end there, Landon?
Yeah, I mean, I don't see why I shouldn't.
So
Oh,
what the fuck is a Hoosier, by the way,
I really don't know what a Hoosier is.
Bob?
It's kind of like a Sooner, but it's less exciting but was slightly more dangerous due to the Native Americans. But I mean,
Is it a Buffalo?
no, I think it's just refers to the kind of people who moved so-called in those days west to Indiana, right?
Yeah.
And they
So the reason I asked if it was a buffalo is because their mascot seems to be a fucking buffalo, which I find odd.
I've never seen their mascot or never paid any attention to it. And I know they got one, and I've watched a bunch of UK versus Indiana football games in my life, but which is also a travesty, guys, that they're not playing anymore, and I think it's sad. And
I say after Signetti retires, you could just go ahead and go with a Signetti mask for the mascot with his serial killer stare.
Yeah,
that's much better than a fucking buffalo.
But I think the execution, guys, is the point of Indiana footballs. How well can I prepare these guys and get them to execute what's called, and whatever a check or any kind of audible, whether it's offensive or defensive, is made. It's the right one. The right read was made to get to that audible or check, and they're in the right position all the time to make a play. And to me, that's just coaching to the point of you're getting the execution you want.
Yeah,
Landon, we were talking earlier about this. Shouldn't the national championship game just be the Nick Saban Bowl?
Yeah, might as well be. Yeah, might as well playoff.
Everybody left is Saban guys, right?
Yeah.
Damn.
That's fucked up.
Yeah,
It's like the kid's family tree.
Hell, Kirk Signetti was our receivers coach from 2007 to 2011. Hell, he's coaching Julio Jones.
Yeah, he was.
No one ever really even knew.
He did a good job there because Julio Jones is a hell of a fucking player, that's for sure.
Yeah. Well, and a lot of people like like have started to say like, well, Alabama should have hired, Kirk Cignetti, and I'm like, yeah, when Saban retired, if we would have hired a 64-year-old man from James Madison, people would have absolutely lost their minds.
Yeah. So
They would have lost their minds. Like they'd have been like, "What are we doing? Why are we hiring this old fuck from James Madison? We
I
need to
don't
at least
believe.
get somebody."
I believe they'd have got over it pretty quick there, Landon.
Well, yeah, obviously know what we know now. Of course, yeah.
I mean, all they had to do was ask Cignetti. He would have told you, "I win, maybe." Google me.
Google me,
It's
right?
simple.
Google me.
Yeah. No,
All right. So,
he's
do
insane.
you foresee anything odd happening in the rest of these 3 games here, Landon, that maybe catches everybody off guard?
I think the best team that's going to have the best shot to beat Indiana is Miami. I think because I think the way you have to beat Indiana, you can't go in there thinking you're going to throw it all over the yard. You can't go in there thinking you're going to run it all over the yard. You literally you can't think you're going to like beat them toss sweep left and right, reverses and all that. They're too smart. You can't. You literally have to walk in there and just say, I'm going to go dead at you. I'm going to be bigger than you. I'm going to be stronger than you. I'm going to do everything you do. I'm going to do better. You're just have to get in an old slobber knocker and just see if you can withstand the fight.
I mean,
Just take
it doesn't
body
even.
shot
It
after
don't even
body
take
shot.
a team that's better than Indiana just on a given day.
No, you just like Georgia stood the best chance, I thought, just because of the mindset Kirby has with Georgia.
Mhm.
But obviously, they lost to someone like Ole Miss, who I don't think Ole Miss is very physical. Personally, I just
You
don't.
think Miami will handle Ole Miss?
I think they will because Miami on the O line and D line, which I told to many people this, when Miami got in the playoff, that they were the scariest team to me because I know the talent they have on the O line and D line. I follow recruiting religiously.
Mhm.
They got it. They have the best O line D line in football. Like they are like how they lost 2 games is well, I know how they lost one. Carson Beck can be a dumb fuck a lot of times. He can. That's the problem with Carson Beck. He's really talented, but he can literally lose you a football game, like by
Yeah,
himself. He
he's an
genuinely
interception
can.
machine. He's an interception machine.
I mean, he did it last year when they played us in Tuscaloosa. Carson Beck literally lost Georgia that whole game.
Yeah, I agree with
I
that.
mean, completely. But that's the only they're gonna have to. Miami would have if they were to get past Ole Miss, they would have to go to Indiana and they would have to take Mark Fletcher and they would just have to get in a damn slobber knocker with them and just do what you can do. I mean, that's the only thing I can. Which this was my argument to everybody about Fernando Mendoza because I was, I'm still not really high on Fernando Mendoza, honestly, because my argument to everybody about Fernando Mendoza does not make Indiana. Indiana has a football team. They're not this isn't a one-man show like you saw with like Trinidad Chambliss against Georgia, running around in circles and doing all like heroic throws or anything like that. Indiana has a team. They have an O-line. They're one of the best centers in football. They have two or three really good running backs who, if I might add, are like 23 years old, which that's really another reason why Indiana is so good. Their average roster age is 22 and a half years old.
Damn.
That's going to come to an end pretty quick.
Well, it's a huge deal. I mean, you take a 22-year-old kid against an 18 or a 19-year-old kid.
There's such a difference in
the strength and everything.
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
It's insane. Yeah, I mean,
but when you have a team that averages that old, that's gonna change really fast.
Yeah, I mean, now the problem for Indiana going forward, a lot of these teams now are gonna start taking note of these players Indiana's after, and they're gonna come after them too, and they're gonna spend more money than them, and then they're gonna start trying to poach kids from Indiana, and what's gonna happen is. I don't know because the problem is you still have to have high school recruiting because you cannot just expect to build your team through the portal every year and you're going to hit on these guys like this. You can't because then you end up like Florida State where in 2023 it worked out. It was great. They had Jared Verse, Braden Fisk, Keon Coleman. They hit on all of them. It was awesome. I mean, they went undefeated and everything until they lost to Georgia in the Sugar Bowl. But then, I mean, these last 2 years they've tried the portal and they went 2-10 and 5-7. And they're going to try it again this upcoming year. I mean, they've got a shit ton of players in the portal already, and they're either going to hit or they're going to bust. And so far, 2 years in a row, Indiana's hit. And I mean, hell, without Fernando Mendoza, Indiana went to the playoff with Curtis Rourke at quarterback, a G5 guy from Ohio.
Yeah, the Bobcats, and they just flipped a guy from Notre Dame. What's his name, Mercer? But they just flipped a guy from Indiana. Just flipped a guy from Notre Dame, a big offensive lineman. They're all over Chad Brown,
quarterback.
No, yeah. Let's see, what's his name? March. And so they just that's a big deal because Notre Dame's offensive line always recruits the offensive line well. So I think that's interesting. And
hell yeah,
so
they need to come to Alabama. Shit, we need O linemen.
Yes.
In case y'all didn't notice.
Let's go back to Ole Miss again, Landon. So I agree with you about the physicality of Ole Miss, and I've watched several of the games this year, including the Kentucky game, where at times Kentucky controlled the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball.
Yeah.
And I don't think Kentucky is anywhere near the talent level of Miami on either side of the ball.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So,
no, I mean, Ole Miss. I mean, the thing that sucks for Ole Miss, because I know there'd be a lot of Ole Miss fans high on Pete Golding, and they're like, "Oh God, he's gonna still win us, 10, 11 games every year, and we're gonna, no drop off and all that stuff."
Yeah,
Here's
I don't
the
feel
problem
that.
sucks. Pete Golding's half the coaching staff everybody's seeing right now. They're going to LSU.
Yeah.
That's the problem. Half the coaching staff you're watching right now in the playoff, they're all going to LSU. Charlie Weiss Jr., all of them, it came out today, Charlie Weiss Jr. actually might be going to the New York Giants. But so you don't know what a Pete Golding football team is truly going to look like without Trinidad Chambliss, without Kawan Lacey, without the OC. He's going to have a new OC and a new DC. Right now Pete Golding's the defensive coordinator, but then he'll be the head coach and he'll hire a DC, which obviously, look, he'll have his hand in the defense, of course. But point being, you just don't know what they're going to look like. So, that's the only thing I'd caution, an Ole Miss fan on, if we even have any, would be that. But yeah, no, I think them and Miami should be an interesting game. I mean, obviously, Chambliss is going to have a freaking hard time dealing with Ruben Bain and Akeem Mesidor on the D line with Miami. I mean, they're as good as it gets. They're nasty. I mean, absolutely filthy.
When's the last time that we even? I mean, we're going to have at least one team in the national championship game that has never won a national championship. When's the last time that's even happened? I can't think of a time. I get TCU.
Yeah.
Well, now TCU actually has won one, not in the modern era, but
No, I see what you're saying. You're talking about two teams that played for it, and neither of them had ever won a natty.
Yeah, but that's not going to happen because Oregon and Indiana are the two teams that have never won one.
Who did Tennessee beat for the natty in '98?
That was Florida State.
Was it
wasn't it?
Virginia Tech?
No, Florida State.
Florida State. Okay, then they've already had a natty prior to then, I think.
Yeah, they did.
Okay.
They've got a few that they claim that not so much, but
yeah,
I think they won a couple APs.
1950.
Yep.
In 1950, they beat Kentucky in the regular season and lost their bowl game and was awarded the championship over Kentucky, who beat Oklahoma.
Yeah, but that was awarded before the bowl game, though.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. And when the bowl games happened, Tennessee lost their bowl game, and Kentucky beat Oklahoma. So that's our fake national championship, a la Auburn.
Yeah. Back in that day, I mean, when they went to those bowl games, they weren't playing for titles. They were just it was just
there were a lot of different
it was an
polls.
it was kind of an exhibition.
There were lots of polls and lots of different clubs that claimed national championship, and they had different criteria. But as far as the ones that we recognize as being national championships, no, Kentucky did not win the championship in 1950. They awarded it to Tennessee. So they had at least one. But to me, the greatest thing that happened about that is the fact that, Peyton Manning had graduated and basically the same team won a national championship without him.
The most establishment thing that could happen in this fucking playoff at this point. It's for Miami to win it all, and that's because Miami's actually won a fucking championship in this century.
I agree.
Well, you know, I have a question. Wait a minute. Was Auburn and Oregon had Auburn had a natty before that 2010 one,
Yep.
or well, I guess they did.
You just
but
nailed
they-
you just nailed it though. That's the last one. It was Oregon. Oregon won. Auburn won one in 57 or 58. I think it was 57.
Okay, so they claimed one back then. Okay.
They were on probation. They didn't get, but that was when the titles were given out before the bowl games anyway. And
Well,
yeah,
I guess the modern era. I guess that would have been the last one.
Yeah.
Because I guess if you wanted to count the modern era, that would have been it.
Mhm.
But yeah, no,
But yeah, it was a lot closer than I thought. I've forgotten about. Well, see, Oregon's actually played in 2 national championship games.
Yeah, when they had Mariota, they played in one.
They played
Yeah.
Ohio State in 14, 15. I think
yeah.
it was the
Well-
14 season. I think, and it was in 2015.
Well, I know I got cut off on this earlier, but I guess I'll go back to it a little bit if y'all don't mind about DeBoer. I mean, obviously that coaching decision in that game was terrible. Clearly, I mean, and ultimately we lost the game and all that stuff. But I mean, look, make no mistake, the better team won the game. I mean,
Oh,
you know
absolutely.
what I mean? Like it wasn't like Indiana's better coached than Alabama. They have a lot more. I mean, the reality is this with Alabama this year, and I've said this many a times: when you cannot run the football and you're literally one dimensional, which is what we were. I mean, realistically, we overachieved. You don't make the college football playoff, and let alone even win one game being one dimensional like that. You just don't. That just doesn't happen. I mean, look, if being one dimensional was the key to or throwing the football over the yard with no running game was the key to winning a shit ton of games, then Mike Leach he'd have championships every damn where.
You're right.
So is it scheme or is it players that why they can't run the football?
It's personnel, in my opinion. I look, Kalen DeBoer don't make a shit ton of money to realize that. Yeah, but I can make through life with barely running the football, and I'll be fine. I don't think he's that stupid. We have a shitty O-line coach that we hired. He came from Michigan State. Ironically, the only years that when he was at Michigan State, they actually had a good running game was when he had Kenneth Walker. Other than that, he was terrible. And then personnel wise, the problem we have is your guy that you had at Kentucky, Eric Wolford, was our O-line coach. And then before that, we had Doug Marrone. And the problem is both of those guys decided to recruit literally the fattest human beings alive and basically wanted to play like power football and everything like that, which sounds great if we were running the Iowa or Kentucky offense. But the problem is we're trying to pin and pull and do other things with the guards, getting them out in space and all that stuff. And quite frankly, they're too fat. They literally are just too fucking fat to move and get out in space in order to, pin and pull and do things like that. The personnel is just not there. So we're trying to fit a square peg in a round hole. And then not to mention, I ain't got to the running backs. Dude, our running backs are literally just not good. They're not. They can't even pick up a blitz. I mean, Jam Miller's our starter. In the game against Indiana, the second drive, Ty Simpson had a run for his life where the running back completely whiffed on a 6-man blitz, completely whiffed in protection and went to go block another guy on the opposite side. So a man came free. He got pulled and never even got to carry the rest of the game. And he's our senior number 1 guy. That's supposedly our dude.
So should we be looking for a change at the offensive?
Yeah, you're going to see Alabama fire the O-line coach, and I wouldn't be shocked at the running back coach because he's been here since 2021. And honestly, other than Brian Robinson and then obviously the portal get we had with Jahmyr Gibbs, I mean, dude, Alabama's running backs have been pretty ass from 23, 24, and now 25. I mean, that's just not been great. I mean, hell, Justice Haynes was with us last year. And he left and went to Michigan. And before he got hurt this year, I mean, he's tearing it the hell up.
So you got an eye on this, Landon. Can we remedy this in the portal?
Oh, absolutely you can. Of course. Hell, Alabama's right now looking at a top a top guy from NC State, left tackle, last name Peak, who matter of fact finished number 1 in the ACC in blocking and everything according to Pro Football Focus and all that. I mean, like guys like that are there. Like, yeah, I mean, we can go. Hollywood Smothers from NC State, a running back, is supposedly interested in us too. I mean, like you can. This is, I mean, honestly, this is what the portal is for. Hey, you suck in this area, great, go get guys. It's there.
Absolutely.
Just go fucking use it. Now, don't try to build a team around it, but you can go get 10 dudes and be okay. And right now, that's probably what we need. We probably need about, 5 O linemen, probably need about 2 running backs and maybe a linebacker or 2 and some D linemen. And you know what? Hey, might need a punter. Hey, we don't have a punter. A punter ain't worth a shit.
Right.
He's terrible.
All right. I'll be looking forward to the offseason as an Alabama fan, just to see what changes are made.
Yeah, but no, we can't. But no, we're not firing DeBoer. I mean, I'm not going to fire. I mean, he went 9-4 his first year. And we didn't make the playoffs.
You can't fire him. It's just that's a
11,
stupid.
Then we went 11-4.
Have you actually seen anybody that has said that we need to fire DeBoer?
Oh God, yeah. I'll have people that freak out because Alabama doesn't get a first down. They're like, "Yep, you need to fire him," and I'm like,
"Holy
oh God,
shit,
y'all are retarded."
It's just, it is way too fucking early to even be thinking any shit like that. And the guy still has a phenomenal record against ranked opponents.
Dude, he improved.
It's taken a hit. He
I mean, our record improved. I mean, the people we went 9-4 last year, and then we went 11-4 this year. Technically won the SEC regular season if you choose to view it that way, because technically we had already beaten Georgia prior to the time we had to play them again. So, like I said, if you choose to view it that way, if you don't, that's fine.
I think we're headed for that anyway. We're headed for doing away with those conference title games.
Yeah. So we made the college football playoff, and we won a playoff game, and we made it to the final 8, and we lost to what probably will be the national champion. Now, obviously, losing by 35 ain't fun. Clearly, we all know that. Don't like for that to happen. But I mean, a 38-3 loss versus a 14-13 is still an L in the column.
Yep.
I tell everybody that you don't get there's not like a half asterisk or something like that. It's still an L's an L.
It's the pain of getting beat like that. 10 months from now, it's not going to be an issue.
No, because if Indiana wins the national title, it'll be all no.
You know what? I'm hoping you're right on that. I don't think Indiana. I've got a feeling Oregon's going to beat Indiana, but if Indiana beats Oregon, I think they go all the way. I mean, I think they beat Ole Miss or Miami.
Yeah, no, I do too. I mean,
well, no, you already said that. You said that Miami had the best shot.
Yeah,
which
So
could be the case. I mean, Miami really is a question mark because when they were good, I mean, they got all the way to number 2 in the polls this year. People thought they were unbeatable. And then all of a sudden they had that slump and they lose to Louisville at home.
They were like by weeks 5 or 6. I was even saying, I'm like, dude, Miami might be the best team in the country. I was like, man, they got their O line and D line is just freakishly good. And obviously they lost that game to Louisville and the other.
They seem to be back. They seem to be right back on track. So.
Yeah, no, I mean this was but no,
I mean, they weren't supposed to beat Ohio State. That wasn't supposed to happen.
No, they were, and Ohio State was a bigger favorite over them than Indiana was.
And then you see that happen, and you're thinking, well, is this the Miami team we've seen earlier in the year? I mean, I feel like it is.
Yeah, but no, I'm not wanting to fire DeBoer or anything like that. I mean, like I said, my prediction for the year anyway was 10-2, make the college football playoff. That was what I wanted. Now, obviously, did I predict a loss to Florida State? No, I did not. But I also didn't predict us to beat Georgia. My 2 losses were at Georgia and at South Carolina for us. That's what I predicted. But it ended up being Oklahoma and Florida State, and then we had to play the 13th game, the conference title game. And so we went 1-1 against Georgia, and then we went 1-1 against Oklahoma, and then we beat all our rivals, Tennessee, LSU, and Auburn. And
I feel like that's the one game.
I mean, what are you be mad at? Like
Oklahoma and Tuscaloosa to me was the game we lost that we probably. I mean, how many times we turned the ball over? 3 times.
Oh yeah,
and still almost fucking won the game. There's the game right there that Bama should have won.
I mean, yeah, I mean, like I said, I mean, and Ty Simpson, I mean, Ty Simpson to me was good this year. I mean, hell, it came out yesterday, dude. He had a back injury. He had an elbow deal where he was building up fluid in his elbow and was ended up having to wear a sleeve over his elbow and
And
stuff
how
like
long has
that.
this been going on?
Oh God, since right after the Missouri game we played. And then from taking medications like inflammatory stuff like that for his back, he developed a side effect from that in his intestines or something like that, they said. So like, dude, the guy was just getting and
Yeah.
then obviously he had the cracked rib against Indiana. All doing all this while not even being able for Alabama to run the football at all. We were one of the worst rushing teams in football this year.
Oh,
So
absolutely.
I don't even. I mean, like I've always told people, football is a team game. Everybody's got to do their part. You
But that's
can't go out
that's
here and
what
be a
got us
one man
against
show.
Oklahoma. That's what got us against Oklahoma. You know, you can't run the ball, put all the pressure on the quarterback. The chances of
Yeah.
turnovers goes through the fucking roof.
Yeah, I mean, look, look. There are games you go into where maybe the run game isn't working, and the quarterback can play hero ball and win that particular game. But you can't bank on having
Can't do that
national
consistently.
championship level success throughout a year and do that. Like you can't. It's just not gonna. It's not gonna happen. That's just way unrealistic. Like this game to game, week to week, you're screwed. Like there's just no shot you can keep up with that formula. So in the offseason, Alabama's got to improve better running the football. If we don't, we'll be right back here next year probably. Same deal.
Well, if you by right back here you mean back in the playoffs, then
But I mean, maybe we make the playoff again. But at the end of the day,
getting our ass handed
it's
to
gonna
us.
end.
Okay, yeah,
It's going to end just like that's going to happen. Absolutely. When you can't run the football, this is what can happen because you can't eat up time on the clock, and you give that other team more and more possessions, and then next thing you know, I mean, your defense is gas, and they can't stop a nosebleed.
All right, Landon, we'll get you on right around signing day. Well, we've already been through one signing day. Does the second signing day even matter anymore? I guess it does.
Not really. I mean, the end of the portal, I think, is like January 16th or something like that.
Okay.
So,
All right. So yeah, whenever we make some changes, whenever Alabama gets ready to pull the trigger on some coaches, we'll get you back on.
All righty, y'all be good, man.
You too.
Later, Bob. You got anything to say?
Yes. Buy the merchandise, like, subscribe, share, right, and fuck your team.
Yep. Later, guys.
Slacking off the podcast.